When it comes to black female reality shows, the first thing you think of is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But who would have thought that the next big thing would come straight out of the city of Tampa? Let's discuss. Your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So I want to come to you guys to talk about the new Netflix reality television show by the name of Selling Tampa. Y'all, Selling Tampa is actually the spin-off, the black female-led spin-off of Selling Sunset. If you guys don't know what Selling Sunset is, Selling Sunset was like the original, like Netflix's $1 million listings. If you watch $1 million listings on Bravo, that's what it is, mixed in with America's Next Top Model. The main difference between the two shows is, for one, Selling Tampa takes place in Tampa. Selling Sunset takes place in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, you name it. Their brokerage is actually based in West Hollywood. And also another difference is that the brokerage on Selling Sunset is led by two men, like who are actually twins. And this one in Tampa is led by a black female with a bunch of other black female agents. Now, one thing that I love about this show is that it truly put the city of Tampa on the map. In just 8 episodes, I actually want to go ahead and visit Tampa because, let's keep it real, when it comes to Florida, we don't care about anything outside of Miami or Disney World. Like, we don't care. But I will say Tampa is beautiful, and who would have thought that it would have been on par with Miami in terms of the real estate market. Like, those houses that they showed were just immaculate, you guys. You know, I'm showing my age. You know, I'm old now. You know, I'm part of the AARP clique, so I love watching HGTV. I love watching house porn, basically. Like, all people care about, especially since the real estate market crashed in 2020, is real estate. Everybody wants to be a real estate agent, everybody wants to bring it to the market, and everybody for damn sure wants to sell luxury real estate. And the beauty about this show, unlike Selling Sunset, this show is a little more humble. You know, us black people, especially black people trying to break into the luxury realty, have to be a little humble because it's not going to come easy to us, basically. And I'm going to get into the comparisons a little bit later. Like, I hate to compare a group of black women to a group of white women, but since they are the spin-off, we're just gonna have to do what we have to do. So let's get into this cast, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about these girls one by one in the invisible hierarchy the show has placed the girls in. And mind you, there will be subtle spoilers, but you guys, this show is an easy watch. It's 8 episodes. Just go ahead and watch it, and watch the video. So the first cast member is Miss Sherelle Rosada. You know, the head queen bee that gives an Evelyn Lozada tea. That's what she looks like to the tea. That's what Ocho Cinco likes, unless they look like OG. But Sherelle Rosada was in charge of the girls, basically. She is the owner and the broker of Allure Realty. That's the name of it, and she basically just gets everybody together. She has like an extensive list of being a realtor. Like, she's not really new to this, but she's true to this, and she's been doing the damn thing for a while. Now, this is when I get into like subtle spoilers. Sherelle's storyline is kind of just basically like being like the head boss in charge, and later on in the season, something happens to where I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick this up next season, and she's gonna have to like go back and juggle between being a mom and also being a boss lady, and also going back and forth between Miami and Tampa for Ocho Cinco so that she can like cultivate and try to form her new family. So then we get into Joanna Williams, aka Miss Kiss Ass. She is Sherelle's right-hand man, right-hand woman, right-hand best friend, and she's also the office manager as well as being an agent at the same time. The thing about Joanna, a lot of the girls do not like her because she came in after some of the other girls, and she out of nowhere has been elevated to like the right-hand man to the boss, basically. So there's a lot of tension between her and all the other girls, and it's like, are you an agent, are you an office manager, or are you human resources? Pick a title, girl. Her storyline is basically about her like overcoming her divorce, getting back in the dating pool, and also like later on taking on, you know, the head boss's duties. So then we get into Miss Colony Reeves, aka Black Barbie dressed in Bulgari. She don't need a man to buy her a Ferrari. Colony is that girl. She is that girl straight out the gate from the first episode. She solidified herself as that girl. Colony is just, she's dope. She's dope to me. Her storyline, it was really like, she was kind of like low-key the main character, but not really, if that makes sense, because everybody gets the spotlight. Like, nobody gets more camera time than the other. But Colony, along with the next character that I'm about to introduce, is one of the top earners at Allure Realty. She basically just makes her money and goes home. And she is kind of like intertwined in other girls' storylines, if that makes sense. It'll make sense later. Then we get into Anne Sophie Petite, who is petite herself. She is just a goofy girl. But she is also, along with Colony, one of the top earners at Allure Realty. However, I will say, throughout the show, she looked a little amateurish to me, and mainly amateurish in one episode because she was selling her client this $9 million house, but she took an offer from that client for $3 million, and I'm just sitting there like the math ain't mathin'. Like, you as a realtor, like, why would you want to settle for less? And that goes into like us black people. It's like we settle for less to get a little something, even though it's like we deserve the whole piece of the pie. Like, it was really sad to watch her just like settle for such a low offer when, girl, this house is like $9 million. It was a $9 million house, and she was going to accept an offer for $3. Unacceptable. But other than that, Anne Sophie is also Colony's best friend and partner in crime. You know, they're the top earners. They're the girls that are always together. They have a little tension later on in the season, but they smooth things out, and they continue to really just go out there and do the damn thing, be themselves. And she contemplates also getting her broker's license later on in the series. So then we get into Rena Frazier, aka Miss Practical Patty. She is a former lawyer turned realtor. So she's kind of more like straight to the point, straight no chaser. And she and Sherelle kind of butt heads a little bit, mainly because Sherelle ended up switching their commission payout. Like, I forgot what the percentages were. I think they were doing like a 95-5, and then they switched to like an 85-20. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you've already watched the show. But she had an issue with the pay structure at Allure Realty, and they kind of got into it. And then she already had her broker's license, so she thought about like, let me go ahead and like probably go out and do my own thing. And in the process of trying to do her own thing, she wanted to like go behind Sherelle's back and recruit Anne Sophie and Colony. And Colony wasn't taking well to that offer because she's loyal. She's loyal to Sherelle, and she's loyal to Allure Realty. But in my opinion, girl, if you have not learned in the past 2 years and in the pandemic, like, these companies will get rid of you if they need to, but do you, boo. And then we get into Tenille Moore, Miss Sass with a big ass. She has the class, the pizzazz, and she can close all the deals and has all the contacts. She's the newbie of the group. She's been there for, I want to say, a little under a year. Like, she's the newest one to the whole entire group, and she's already proven herself, unlike some other girls that we're going to get into. But for the most part, I mean, she's a cool chick. There wasn't like a whole lot to her storyline. Her storyline mainly involved another girl that I'm going to get into very soon. And then there's Carla Georgia, who is the Afro-Latina. She is on the rocks at Allure Realty. She was like at once a good, like she was like a producing agent at one point, but over time, she kind of just fell off to the wayside. I think she like got a divorce, and it kind of like messed with her mentally, and she just hasn't really been 100% focused on realty. So Miss Carla is trying her best to like get back in the swing of things, get her groove back, and really get some money. And then lastly, we get into Alexis Williams, aka Malibu Barbie. Y'all, if pretty privilege and light skin privilege were a person, it would be Alexis Williams. Now, you guys, this is not to bash this girl. She's gorgeous, and I'm pretty sure she has a great head on her shoulders. However, she was at Allure Realty for 2 years, and this girl cheated to get her realty license. I'm sorry. Like, you cannot tell me that a seasoned realtor, at least somebody 2 years in, would be making the amateur mistakes that she made. So Alexis's whole storyline popped off on like episode 4. So Tenille gave her one of her clients that she wasn't going to be able to show a house to. A very, very wealthy client. You know, baby, I love looking at a black man with money. Like, and this show definitely provides it. But straight out the gate, Tenille was giving her the rundown on this client, gave her the name, his background, and all that. So the client pulls up to the house, and then she introduces herself, and she's like, I'm sorry, what is your name again? And then Tanao and Alexis go through like a run through of the house, and all Alexis is doing is repeating every single thing that Tanao says. And even Tanao is just like, girl, what? Are you like a damn Toucan Sam? Like, what is wrong with you? And y'all, I got secondhand embarrassment when she went ahead and showed that same client another house. Not with Tanao being there, but on her own. Y'all, it was very cringy. Y'all, I kid you not, she showed this man a house and she was like, oh yeah, we have a pool in the backyard and it has water in it. And then there was a tree behind the pool and he asked, oh, what kind of tree is that? And she was like, that's the tree of life. And it has leaves. I was just like, ooh, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. See, Alexis, girl, the thing with you is that you kind of don't know what you're doing. And these girls are trying to tell you how you should move and basically giving you like constructive criticism. And you got defensive and you took nobody's advice. And you not taking their advice led all the way up to Sherelle letting her go later on in the season. Now, she did leave the door open though. She said that like, if you like over time get your shit together, I will definitely bring you back. But she still took it as a jab on Sherelle and felt like Sherelle was giving up on her. Like, I'm telling a lot of the story, but y'all, Alexis intrigues me because seeing people that have no form of self-awareness at all really just boggles my mind. But anyways, I want to talk about the absolute problem with this show, and the problem with this show was us, the black audience. Yes, you're the problem with this show. And it's mainly because we... now, y'all can get on my ass because y'all can, like, criticize me for tearing black women down, but I will say when it comes to this show, we as the black audience tore these women down basically off the fact that we instantly compare them to Selling Sunset. And then a key factor is DJ Polar Bear Envy brought up criticisms that none of these girls sold a single piece of property this whole entire season. But that's my first correction. They did sell a property. There was an episode where they showed this black couple that owned this hair care line, like multiple properties. I believe it was in Miami. They sold a house. Like, they closed on the house. Like, Sherelle and Joanna got that deal. But they compared to the white version, the Selling Sunset, because like right out the gate in the first 10 minutes, old girl, I think her name was Chriselle, one of them white girls with the short hair, she closed on the deal like that. And the girls were closing deals left and right, left and right, and left and right. And then with the fact that, you know, when they have people making amateurish moves like Aunt Sophie settling for less on the deal, the twins would have fired her on the spot for that. But like I said, as black people trying to get into luxury realty, it's hard. It's absolutely hard. It's not, like, it doesn't come easy for us, especially it doesn't come easy for black women selling realty versus like a white Barbie doll selling realty. But like I said, out of all the black Netflix reality shows, we need a hit. Us black people, we need a hit reality show on Netflix, and this is definitely it. You guys, this is a great show. I definitely recommend it. Check it out. It's a fun watch. It's also good for the eye candy too. Like, these women, all of them are just absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Every shade of Godiva chocolate. And there's some fine men on the show too. So if you guys, you know what to do, go ahead and give the show a view. But yeah, y'all, Selling Tampa, y'all are bringing the heat, and you definitely got me in my seat. But those are my views, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to come at you guys with some more content.